scared of needles. How am I going to get through IVF? Don't follow me. My name's Linda. I'm a reproductive health psychologist, fertility counselor. I help people with the ups and downs of fertility treatment, and needle phobias come up often. So I'm going to talk about a couple different techniques on how this is typically addressed. First, if you're someone who's worried about needles and worried about fainting, a lot of people will tell you, oh, just relax. Actually, that's not really helpful when it comes to fainting. Why? Because when you faint, your heart rate drops, your blood pressure drops. So we don't want your body to be in a completely relaxed state. We actually want some blood pressure to get going in your body. So how you can do that is a technique called applied tension, and it's pretty easy to do. You apply tension to your body. You can squeeze your hands, you can squeeze your muscles in your arms, your legs, your core. And the technique would require that you practice this over and over again and practice resting states where your blood pressure is not through the roof, but you're also not at a very relaxed state. You actually are able to get your body back to a neutral place. The next technique that we use a lot when it comes to worries about or major fears about needles is something called exposure therapy, and you may have heard it. Exposure therapy can be applied to many, many different fears. But I'm going to walk you through what that might look like with needles. So the idea of exposure therapy is that you are definitely exposed to your fear, but slowly and over time. And how you do that is through a fear ladder. So a fear ladder would be, say, a list 1 through 10, where 1 would be something that is the least fearful as it relates to needles, and 10 being the most fearful as it relates to needles, getting your shot or shots. So we would create this list together. All right, let's think of what would be the least fearful to the most fearful. So common ladder might look like, hey, let's start off by you and I just talking about needles and see where your anxiety goes. Then what we do with that anxiety is we would work together and we would help you reduce that anxiety through different relaxation techniques. And the whole goal is not just for you to learn relaxation techniques, but also alongside of that, build confidence. Confidence in yourself that you can then take control over this situation, your body, in what fear can do, which can be really disruptive. Next, we're going to watch a video about needles. Next, if you're up for it, what do you think about holding a needle, looking at a needle? What about swabbing your skin with a needle? What about pricking your skin with a needle? As you can see, I walked you through many different layers. So when people say, just relax, that's not easy. Exposure therapy takes time. These are multiple steps. I mean, just to give you perspective in therapy, we might just focus on one step at a time. That might last multiple sessions. So I hope to share this with you so you don't feel so frustrated with yourself. And you know that getting over fears can take time, a lot of patience, can be really frustrating. If you have particular questions that you'd like me to answer, go ahead and comment below.